So this is the first one. One of the big things that I have found is when people get themselves stuck is they sometimes will use this idea of partner writing, having someone else that they work with to kind of hold each other accountable. It's like kind of going to the gym, right? If you ever the reasons for having a personal trainer is because we're just much more likely to not want to disappoint someone by not showing up. And so that's why accountability can work really well. So sometimes what you might find is having another author. So there was two authors named Kat and Andres who sort of decided they needed a little bit of accountability. They were sort of morning people. And so they called themselves the 5 a.m.ers. And so 3 days a week at 5 a.m. for an hour, they would both get on Zoom and they would just write together. No sort of details of what it was going to be like, but they would just do it. And for them, that was really, really great, largely because they sort of both felt like bad of letting the other person get up and them not being there in that regard. So if you find yourself feeling like you just need a little bit more accountability, put time on the calendar for both of you and sort of see how that one can go. And so if you find yourself on that way, just share, post, hey, listen, I'm looking for a partner, we're going to need some time, and that can work. And so I think two of the authors that Matthew actually published with found this to be really helpful. So Peter and Hunter were both sort of wrestling to get a lot of words down. They weren't making a lot of progress. I think by the point they were at, again, they were probably at about 5,000 words each, when the goal of 20,000 of first draft content was due 6 days later. That ain't good, right? And so what they found was this idea of sort of partnering was really important. They both didn't know each other particularly well, but they said, listen, we both have this goal, we both have to do it, and they both decided to be a little competitive about it. So every day they had a competition to see who could create more words, and over those 6 days were able to get them there. So again, whether you want sort of this idea of not letting someone down, kind of like what Andres and Kat found, or whether you want this idea of little competition, those can certainly work. But these ideas of kind of creating packs, as we talked about before, are really, really powerful. So if you find yourself feeling, again, like the process is lonely, you're not enjoying it, find a partner and see how you can do in that regard.